Right, final video segment for the Tweet Hunter review article. I'm going to leave my ugly mug on this side for this one because we want to see the right side panel for the content creation. So let's begin with a thread. You should be familiar with what one looks like online. We'll have a quick look at one I made earlier. Bit of an old Blue Peter reference there for anyone from the UK. So this is what you will typically see in a thread. The first one, I always like to put a little thread in. This is a good example of what I mentioned earlier about being able to put an image there. I made something on Canva which suited the theme I was going to talk about. So I did this from Tweet Hunter. You can add anything you need to from there, and then you'll get the thread in panel. So there's first one there, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, and so on. Now, previously I would have to do this in Word or Google Docs. I found that very difficult. I found myself counting characters a lot. If it went over the characters, you'd have to self-edit a lot, and it was just a very fiddly process. Perfectly doable, especially in the beginning, if you don't want to sign up to too many programs or things like that, if you're trying to keep your costs down. But I found it very intrusive to the actual process. So we will talk about some of the features of the thread, and I'll revert back to this, but we're going to head back into Tweet Hunter. This is what I'm drafting at the moment, so let's go into it. So this is where you draft all of your content in the right side panel, and this is where you'll see it in real time. So I've written this, and this comes out in that manner. But what happens is, as you can see on this middle panel, 41 characters, 73, 55, 84. That is the character count per tweet, so per individual tweet. You can actually see this as you're writing, as you can tell in comparison to using a Google Doc or a Word doc. Drastically better. I don't have to second guess how many characters I have left. I know when I'm getting close to the 280, I can then curate what I want it to look like. In this one, I haven't published this yet. It's going to be far more short and to the point, sort of snippet thread that I'll be publishing hopefully by the end of this week, depending on when I have my guide ready, because it's going to be a soft launch of that. But I hope this gives people watching this the idea of how valuable this can be. So yeah, you can see the whole thread before you post. Again, you get an understanding of what the entirety of it looks like. That was something that I struggled with again previously, because I would have to almost do it blindly. I would write the thread, post it, and then be unhappy about the way it looked in general. Another feature we can look at again is, this is the previous thread again. My computer's a bit slow. So this is the first post, and then at the bottom, no, why has it done that? Sorry, we've gone way over. So this is one of the last panels. You can repost the first one, which is easier for sharing, and it helps you with engagement to do so. And I then dropped in my newsletter as well. So you can do a lot of curation, but you can also adapt and have add-ons. This is another one that I'm going to do another quick recording on, because I think I'm going to hit my 5-minute limit. We'll revisit this in one further video, because I think it's important to discuss in more detail.